Hello friends, my name's Alexis and welcome back to my reading journal. Today we're planning for the month of July and the theme I went with was Summerween for obvious reasons. If you do not know, Summerween is a readathon that happens every July here on BookTube and it's hosted by Gabby Reads. It is one of my absolute favorite readathons to participate in every single year, and the whole point of it is to just read spooky Halloween books in the summertime and kind of bring that fall energy into July because I don't know about you, but I am definitely missing the fall. If you want to learn more about the readathon, I will of course be linking Gabby's video below, and make sure you check out my TBR because I did kind of go into detail of what books I will be reading this year for it. And I will also be including the link to these absolutely adorable stickers you're going to see me using in just a little bit. All of these ghosties were designed by Rachel, and she is Gabby's sister. Her Instagram and Etsy shop are Remarkably Rach. I am such a huge fan of Rachel's artwork and stickers. I get the Summerween sticker set every single year, and then she also does a lot of Taylor Swift inspired stickers and artwork, and I've bought a few sets of those. They are just such high quality and such gorgeous artwork. I'm so jealous of her talent. And along with stickers, she also does custom bullet journals, so I've definitely gotten a bunch of inspiration for my bullet journal spreads from her in the past. Moving on to what I am actually doing on the screen. So far you would have seen I drew out my calendar for the month, and I am going back to the big calendar layout that I used to do in the beginning of the year. If you've been watching my recent plan with me's, you know I've kind of been struggling with this page. I'm not really sure what I want to do, and I can't decide. I keep flopping back and forth between a small calendar, no calendar, a big calendar, and I just decided for Summerween, I like having a big calendar view. That way I can mark off the days that it's happening. I felt like the right side of the page just needed a little extra color, so I put in a piece of pink construction paper. That's where I'm going to write in my TBR. And then I added some of these gorgeous stamp ghost stickers on the bottom. I'll link the shop they're from below, and just adding in some washi tape on the bottom with the bats, and then here to mark off Summerween. And then in a moment here, my camera did die and I didn't notice before I already had written in my entire TBR, and I used the big calendar view to kind of plan out some content, but I'll give you a closer look in my final overview at the end. So moving on to this next spread here, it is going to be my tarot readathon spread. This one is such a fun readathon. I participated last year for the first time ever, and this one is hosted by Noelle 7 Pages and Deja's Bookish World, and it's pretty self-explanatory. It is a readathon where tarot cards pick your reads. So they have put in so much effort. They've assigned a prompt to every single card you could draw from a tarot deck, and that's exactly what I did. I drew 15 cards because we're Delulu over here. We think we can somehow read 15 books a month, and a lot of them are chunky romantasy books, but whatever. So as you can see, I'm using these beautiful tarot card stickers. I will link them below. I'm pretty sure I got them from Amazon. I actually bought them because I used to be really good about pulling a tarot card for every month of the year, and I wanted the stickers to stick in my planner just to kind of track the cards I was pulling, and then I forgot to do that, and yeah, they've just been kind of sitting here waiting for Tarot Readathon. I did have to trim them a little bit because they have like really thick borders around them that just kind of give you the meanings of the card, and to make them all fit on the spread the way I wanted them, they needed to be smaller, but I think it still looks really, really good. And yeah, here I am just filling in the prompt for each card. And then once I read the book, I will obviously write in the title and check off my little box. And I'm just really happy with how this spread turned out. And then at the top here, I'm just adding a little bit extra. I had these really cute witchy stickers that I thought fit the theme perfectly. After this spread, you'll notice the lighting changes. This isn't normal for me. I usually like to film my plan with me's all in one go because like once I get started on my reading journal, I hyperfixate and I cannot leave my chair until it's done. But we actually went to see Inside Out 2, and I only had time to do the first 2 pages before we had to leave for the movie. So I guess it was worth it. Honestly, that movie was so good. I was tearing up at it. I just love the Pixar movies so much. They do such a good job. So moving on to these next pages where I've already started laying out my Summerween spread. As you can see, I'm using another one of Rachel's ghosts as like the main focus of the page. And then under that, I'm putting down the Instagram prompts for the readathon. Every day, it's a 7-day readathon. There is a prompt to post on Instagram. In the past, I'm not great at these, but now that I have a Bookstagram, which by the way, it's always linked below, I'm going to try to be better about actually doing the prompts. And then on the right, I'm putting my TBR. There are only 5 prompts for Summerween, and I know what you're saying. Why are you doing 6 boxes? Well, that's because I'm an overachiever. And historically, I always do end up reading 1 or 2 extra books for Summerween. Just something about it puts me in such a reading mood that I just fly through all of the prompts. And I have a few short horror books on my TBR that I think I'll be able to squeeze in at least 1 extra one. Hopefully no more than that because I didn't leave any more room on the page. But yeah, so that's my plan. I'm going to print out the book covers and glue them in on the right side in all those boxes I drew. And then here I am just adding in the prompts. And again, we'll just check off the prompts as we go. Moving on to our next spread, this is my books read spread that I do in every single reading journal video, except this time, for the first time in probably the 4 years I've been making a reading journal, I am doing it differently. I know I am very scared of change, but we're gonna try it out. Direct inspiration from Jan Agaton for this layout. And I know if you've ever watched a single one of my videos, you're probably sick of me talking about her in every single one, but I can't help it. She knows I'm obsessed with her, and you all just have to hear about how great she is. So as part of her Patreon exclusive content, she does share her reading journal spreads with us every month, and I'm just really inspired by the way she has it laid out. She gives each book 1 line, like across the page. And I just think this is going to be like a lot cleaner looking and give me a lot more space for more books while still tracking all of the stats I like to track. So on the top here, I'm putting in our categories. I'm still going to be tracking title and author, page count, the year it was published, how I acquired it, the format I read it in, the dates I read it in, and the genres. And then of course at the very end, the rating. But instead of each book taking up like 4 lines that I was giving it, now everything is just going to be across the page on 1 line. Moving right on in to our stats pages for the month. This is the last spread that I do for every monthly setup. I am doing it just a little bit differently. I got tired of how I was laying it out, so I just moved things around, but I'm still tracking all of the same stuff. So in the top left, I'm going to track the number of books, hours I listen, and pages I read each month. In the pink box, I'm going to do the format, so how many physical, audio, and ebooks. Under that box, I am going to track the genres that I read in a pie chart at the end of the month. And then in the bottom left, this is a new addition. I've started tracking the coffin covers challenge, and this is another perk of Jan's Patreon. She has made up a different prompt for each month where we have to find a certain item on the cover of a book and read that book. It has been so incredibly fun, and I made a little template that's like coffin shaped, and then I put in the cover of the book and print it out and put it in my journal each month. So I love it. Anything to add to my reading journal, I'm going to participate in. On the right side, same setup as always. We have the pie chart for authors, my acquired section. Yes, I know I spelled acquired wrong. I do go in and fix it. And then my ratings on the bottom. And I'm just adding in more of those ghosty stamp stickers because they are so beautiful and fit the theme so well. And that's it. Thank you so much for watching. If you made it this far, please leave me a ghost emoji in honor of Summerween. And as always, I hope you read a good book today, and I will see you soon in my next one. Bye.